Hello and welcome to another video. I'm taking a short break from my series about getting started with 12-volt trains, and today I'll be reviewing a small but rare set, the 7810 Locomotive without motor. This supplemental engine was released in 1980 as an addition to your layout. It didn't include any track or wagons. This set is actually a push train, meaning it doesn't include a motor, but today it's pretty rare. The set is quite small, only containing 91 parts and a single minifigure. It's composed of mostly simple bricks and slopes, but it includes a few rare and semi-rare parts which drive the price up, including 4 of the rare 1x2x2 black train windows, which you can see here, the magnet holders, red train base, and wheels. Of the 4 sets which include these black train windows, those being 7727, 7730, 7750, and 7810, this set has the most windows of all of them. Each other set includes 2 windows, but this one includes 4. I don't think there are any part variants for this set because of the production period, but I could be wrong. The original box is similar to other supplemental wagon sets released in 1980. Its cover lifts up on a hinge and the completed set can be stored inside. One thing worth mentioning is that the box does have 3 language variants, just like the other train sets released in 1980, which are German, French, and Dutch, English, Italian, and French, and Danish, Swedish, and Finnish. I find this interesting because most boxes for train sets in the 78XX range, which are supplemental wagons and track or accessories, only have 1 language variant, with all the languages on them. However, I don't own the original box for this set. The instructions have the standard 1980 advertisement on the back, and they fold out like other supplemental instructions. The front actually has instructions for the B model, which appears to be some kind of diesel locomotive, but I wouldn't build this because the stickered assemblies prevent me from fully disassembling this set, so I like the A model much better. So on the other side are instructions for the A model, which is what I'm reviewing, and it's a little bit more complicated than the B model because obviously the A model uses more parts. The set came with a small sticker sheet originally, which I don't have. The sheet came in early and later variants, with the later variant having more options for railroads and only 1 of the control gauge stickers, which the early variant had 2 of, although you only need 1 for the set. I was able to get the set with all of its stickers applied nicely though. The complete set uses 5 stickers, all of which are over multiple bricks. Each side has a sticker with 7810 below railroad. In this case, I had the DB stickers for the German railway. Additionally, there's a sticker with control gauges inside the cabin. You can see that right there. The front of the train has a small 7810 sticker on the boiler, and another small 7810 sticker is on the back of the roof. The finished model is a small steam engine. It's similar to other steam engines of the gray era, but has some differences. Unlike the 12-volt engines, it doesn't have doors, just an open cab. It also doesn't have steam cylinders. It is 16 studs long because it uses the train base plate, whilst 12-volt steam locomotives are at least 18 studs long. The detailing on top of the boiler and general shape of the locomotive is similar to other steam engines. You can see that all of the stickered assemblies are present. It is also pretty light for an engine because it doesn't have a motor or weights, and that brings me to the next part of this review, motorization. As you may know, I have a Sarah 7865 12-volt motor, and with this set I can put that motor to good use. It's easy to install the motor. Just put the 2 plates on top, add the middle wheels, rims, and connecting rods, and then exchange the red dummy motor in the 7810 for the black 12-volt motor included in 7865. And the wheels will be at the same level as the wheels in 7810. And it just fits in very nicely like that. And then I've also figured out how to install 2 more modifications to the train. The first is exchanging the decorative steam cylinders for the functional ones, including in 7865. To do this, just take out the 2x8 plate and 2x2 slopes underneath. And that brick can stay because it doesn't impact the motor or the functionality. And then you can just put the steam cylinders on the bottom like that. And then of course, once you put the motor in, then you can connect these 2 rods and have them slot into these cylinders. The second modification you can do is install weight bricks. This is quite difficult to do without altering the stickered assemblies. The set has quite a few of them. Additionally, the pin on top of the motor means you can't put the weights directly on top of it. The motor pin can be seen right there in the center. I experimented a bit and came up with a way of installing the weights while keeping the original stickers in place. If you disassemble the top of the locomotive, there's just enough space that the two weights can be put next to each other inside the cabin and over the motor, and then the bricks can be replaced on top of them. So the bricks can be installed in the cabin like that, and there's just enough space that the stickered assembly here can be replaced on top of them, and then the rest can be built up. The problem with this way of installing them is that the engine is back heavy, and after testing it I can say that driving it too fast will cause it to derail. However, as long as you're careful, it should be fine. It's worth mentioning that the Locomotive looks really nice with a red motor installed, but my two working red motors are the 7730 and 7750, so I won't be using a red motor. There's another modification that you can do, and that is installing lighting in the front of the Locomotive. However, that modifies the appearance of the train. The light on the boiler can't be lit with a brick because the stickered assembly prevents a plug from being inserted into a light brick installed behind it. So it's a little hard to see, but right here, behind these slopes, behind the slope that runs vertical like this, is where the stickered assembly starts. So the only way that you can put a light brick behind the light on the boiler is by installing it right in between the slopes here. So it would go directly under the smokestack, but you couldn't put a plug into it because the wire has to be plugged into the back, but the stickered assembly is there, so you can't break that stickered assembly. I tried using a red light prism holder to replace the two lights on the sides of the front, so these two, but doing this means that you have to have an exposed light brick, and that doesn't look great. I'll certainly be showing this engine in future layouts, and most likely will have a black motor, steam cylinders, and weights installed but no lighting. This set can sell for anywhere from $50 to $130, used depending on the condition, whether it includes components such as the box, sticker sheets, and instructions. Lower tier sets might be missing at least one sticker and the instructions, box, and sticker sheet, while sets towards the higher end of the price range may include all stickers, the instructions, box, and sticker sheet. Sealed copies can be listed from $400 to $600. I paid $70 including shipping for mine, and I'm very happy with that deal since I got all the stickers and instructions, and overall the set is in very clean condition. This set is different from other 12-volt train sets because to really make it a locomotive you have to buy a motor. I do like the design of this engine, and if you have a spare motor like I did, there's really no downside to getting one of these because it goes well with just about any goods wagon or wagons. You can also use it as a shunter. However, compared to the 12-volt steam locomotives, this set is still inferior. 7727, 7730, and 7750 all have a much more premium look to them. They're bigger, with doors, red motors, and tonnage details. Again, that's not to say this is a bad purchase option. It looks quite nice and can do many jobs in a layout. That brings me to the end of this review. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe for more content about 12-volt trains. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.